So I'm going LGD?
Yeah, we're all going
All right.
LGD. Let's see what happens.
Team LGD, the boys are doing it together. We're going to hand it across to Bika Balakos for the second game of LGD vs Elephant. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Nomad, game number 2 between Elephant and LGD. Just before we get started, Nomad said, hokey cokey. I just want you guys to know at home, it's hokey pokey. I had this conversation with Mofar a long time ago.
It seems like it's a British thing.
Yeah. It's hokey pokey, guys. That being said, we get into game number 2. We all went for LGD, I guess. So yeah, Elephant naturally will have a good game. And we'll be going to game 3. At least
we'll
that should
have
be the
to see
case.
about that one. Late game from LGD looks very scary. Just the combination of their heroes makes it very hard to kill. What they want to do is have enough sustain, survive through any kind of initial burst, reset, then come back in again. You have one of the best abilities in the game to like reset with. Medusa ulti, you have Earthshaker Fissure, Blinding Light. Just good combination of the heroes. Like Chakra Magic, you get so much out of that spell. With the Bristleback, with the Shaker, of course, Medusa on top of that, just feels like a solid keeper of the light game.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a solid game there for LGD. One of the things that I'm always a fan of is when we see a player play the hero, say, like Earthshaker, and then the other side picks it up as well. Get to compare the builds, compare the performances pretty directly, and this time Jinkyu's going to be on this Earthshaker. He goes Boots of Speed, Clarity, and a Ward to start, as a pack of tangos set to buy next, but I'm very interested to see if he's going to end up going into just straight Blink, or if we'll see him go Arcanes like we saw FY in the previous game.
I think he goes like Magic Stick into a Blink Dagger, into Shard, Mana Boots, because the previous game, if you invest into Mana Boots, the game's not going well, which means your Blink Dagger is delayed, which also means that your Shard is delayed if you invest into Mana Boots on top of that.
Right. So we'll have to see how that goes, how the Bristleback's game goes in that lane too. Faith Beyond on this off lane. Bristleback, we've seen Bristle in the safe lane a couple times. FY, Mystic Snake, one more shot. First blood there for Innocence. This lane getting first blood, and it's Innocence for the second game in a row who claims it.
You should not die as a Mirana to Medusa Coddle level 1.
Red Panda coming in on Jinkyu. Not sure that's the position he wants to be in. Jinkyu thinking about throwing a fissure out there. But Faith Beyond down under half health, and Red Panda doing a good job of just aggressing on this LGD side at the moment.
Jinkyu doing a very good job just taking the lane, first blocking it 2 times with a fissure. Now look at him trying to pull the wave back to the Earthshaker, to the Bristleback, so he can farm underneath the tower.
And Battery Assault once again coming through, but not doing enough to really disrupt the Bristle.
Has been killed.
Thought for a moment that maybe the damage might be too much, but yeah, look at where Eurus is just trying to farm at the moment.
You know what I want to see this game? I want to see Shard from Bristleback. That Shard is so good, especially with Keeper of the Light, reducing the cooldown of it. I believe it's a 12-second cooldown.
Jeez. It really, for 1400 gold, feels like a very top skill. Like, Earthshaker and Bristleback are certainly up there on Shard ranks for me.
It's so good. Like, it gives you AoE ability that gives goo and 2 quills on top of like your quills that you already sprayed. So you have like 3-4 quill spray stacks, and then 2 on top of that. Heroes just blow up from that.
Yeah. It's a question, I guess, of when you get that Shard, right? Like, where in your item positionings does it like find itself?
There isn't too much magical damage from Elephant this time around. Eternal Shroud just feels like a must-have item on Bristle because it gives you that spell lifesteal, which is always going to be great. So still Hood feels, I'd say, good against the Void Spirit. Mirana is pretty magical. Clockwork, everything is magical. So yeah, like still feels Eternal Shroud is just a must-have item on the hero.
Yang Top getting pressured while Faith Beyond having the same problem over in the bottom lane. A 1K lead right now for Elephant. Panel spoke about how the lanes need to go well for Elephant in this game. So far, so good.
Yeah, 1k gold lead 3 minutes in. Not too bad. Let's see how they're gonna turn that into something else.
Radiant structures are fortified.
About the 340 mark coming over towards the mid lane, looking for that 4-minute rune. We've got Earthshaker making the rotation in as well as Keeper of the Light, so you have two supports here with nothing to say. Somnus needs to be careful. He's all by
guys,
himself.
I need some help. There's 3 heroes in the mid lane. I'm not getting any runes. Let's see where it spawns. Bottom lane, double damage for nothing to say. But someone will refill his bottle. FY, TP's from the base to the lane, refills the bottle. It's the same way as securing it.
Arrow in with the Aether Remnant, nothing to say. Slight and surviving. Flame Guard, though, going the wrong direction. Nothing to say, finally falls.
A good kill. Big kill, actually, on the mid lane. You know, if
Illuminate Yang.
if your spirit gets level 6 before the enemy spirit, it's potentially you might get another kill. But a good read from Ember Spirit, not popping that double damage, trying to regenerate with the bottle. Now he can TP back to the lane with double damage and possibly just fight with the Void Spirit if he decides to just play aggressive, because he will have that level advantage soon.
Right. Both these heroes just back and forth right now. 31 and 13 for Troll on the CS. As over here by the triangle, they're going after Red Panda. As that battery assault has some distance, nothing to say. He's coming over, but gives up on the kill. Red Panda might give up his life for just the bounty, but still quick enough where nobody can catch him. Wow. So, still a 1k lead for Elephant. This is leaving the lane right now open for yours to continue to farm, but at the same time, Medusa 32 and 9. Beyond. Fissure, that hits onto Eurus. It's always tough chasing a Bristleback. Those quills start to stack up, and all of a sudden...
It really is. Fate Beyond is just pinging the stacks.
Yeah.
Jinkyu, buddy, do your job. Stack the Ancients. Try to stack some more camps for me. I will recover in the jungle. It's either for me or Medusa. But yeah, making stacks when you have Bristleback and Medusa, you're just going to get so much out of it. You get the gold. Let's see, Jinkyu managed to stack a big camp, not an ancient one.
Red Panda coming over again, chasing Jinkyu. Oh, it goes on to the Ancients. TP over from the Bristleback. Red Panda gives up on that attempt. So, Faith Beyond, it doesn't feel like his game is going well at all. He's only level 30.
Can easily recover, but they need to unblock this ancient stacks. Red Panda went in, placed a sentry ward to block it. Eurus on the bottom lane having a really good time. On top of CS, 43-21.
Already sitting towards the top of the net worth, but Medusa now taking over, and now it's the Void Spirit. So it's close at the top. The one that's actually pretty far behind is the Ember. Only 2,400 gold. So, nothing to say. Not exactly having much to say. Aether Remnant. Nothing to follow that up.
Red Panda is just farming a small stack on the enemy side of the map with the Clockwork.
FY spotted. Leaps, trying to run. Slowed up another Remnant. Aether Remnant now locks up the Ember, but...
Nicely done. And also Keeper of the Light. Like, PSG.LGD's game is don't lose the lane too hard, recover in the jungle, we're gonna make some stacks.
There is all. Nothing to say. Under the tower, Aether Remnant connects. They should have the damage to get the kill, but here comes the Medusa. Red Panda lays down the cogs, Illuminate charged up. Red Panda avoids it. Innocent's taking a lot of damage, but Somnus forced to run. This is a rotation from the Medusa. Somnus now surrounded by 3. Illuminate charge, that'll miss again. Dissimulate onto the low ground,
They have
and
no
he's
stuns.
gone.
If Shaker is not there, they have no stuns. So yeah, just try to make some stacks. Bristleback and Medusa can farm it and come back into the game. Bristleback now is level 5 because he's farming those stacks very efficiently on the top lane. Medusa still not getting pressure too much. She's actually at the mid lane, never mind. Like, I saw this green thing under Ember Spirit and thought it was a Medusa. Thanks, Gaben.
The The emblems
Oh
are...
man, mid lane, Medusa dropping very low.
Yeah, Ame needs to be careful, but Samus gets slowed up. Illuminate thrown forward. Enough of a deterrent for now. Jinkyu will come over towards mid. At least try to help Ame, or defend for Ame while the pressure comes in from Elephant. We've also got Faith Beyond here. So everybody farming really near the triangle except for the Ember, who's top. Red Panda again coming onto the high ground. There are a lot of heroes here. Cogs locked in with Faith Beyond. The Fissure keeps him close. Red Panda ends up dead, but the Astral Step as well as the Aether Remnant. Starstorm down, Innocence gone. It ends up being a trait.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from Elephant trying to invade the triangle, get something out of that. Their heroes are not very good at taking the stacks away from them with the heroes that they have. But, you know, they can try to get some kills, maybe take a couple of last hits, pressure the heroes. Bristleback is now level 6, a lot of stacks. Let's see what FY can do here. Possibly he could get a kill on Bristleback.
If he's not too careful, but let's see how they go after this. Eurus lands the slow Astral Stab, Aether Remnant, Bristleback in trouble, Faith Beyond gone. So he stays well past his expiration date.
Good read from Elephant. They understand the way they can come back into this game is just by farming the ancient stack, so we need to invade the triangle. Morana will get a courier on top of that, so that's some extra free gold for them. LGD, they need to play slow farming game without losing too much.
Let's see. Jinkyu also went Arcane Boots.
He did. I think the reason why is he wants to be a bit more active early on. He knows there's going to be some kind of pressure under the triangle, and Bristleback will farm it. So I'm also getting the lane. We'll get a bit more gold from that. So I think in this situation is okay-ish.
Is that the best situation where maybe, you know, you could skip them, especially with a Kato on your team, if the opportunity shows?
Keeper of the Light can give mana to everyone. Most of the time here, you just want to give it to Bristle to increase his farm.
2 stacks of Viscous Nasal Goo, Battery Assault. Now the Moonlight Shadow, Medusa coming over, Jinkyu taking a lot of damage. Aether Remnant, now the arrow hits on the Medusa. Red Panda, he might die here, but he's certainly disrupting LGD quite a bit. This has been really good from Red Panda. Astral Step going into the Rolling Thunder. Stone Gaze turning the stone under the tower. Yang taking a lot of damage, but now the arrow misses. Rolling Thunder lands. Swashbuckle out. Remnant forward.
It's pretty big. Yang, they connect.
They got him.
That's
Got
such
Yang.
a big play. Ame using ulti straight away, locking in Pango. So deals a ton of damage actually to him, and after that they clean up. Jinkyu needs to find some farm on the map. Like, at this point, I would say that losing a tier 1 tower on the top lane for them would be more beneficial, because the lane pushes in and you can farm safer to your tier 2 tower. Might sound stupid, but it could work. Also, he's adjusting his item build, not getting a Blink Dagger, going for a 4-staff, which could work out. You know, you're playing into Clockwork, and we can see why.
Red Panda again right on top of Jinkyu, but 3 heroes here. Red Panda probably going to pay for this one. Searing Change, Fissure lands, now it's dead again. That being said, Faith Beyond bottom, he gets chased, he gets killed, and a tier 1 tower bot will likely fall with it.
Didn't talk too much about Eurus. On top of net worth, 700 gold ahead of Medusa. Has Battle Fury and Treads done, 12 minutes in. Okay, so he's going for Aghanim Scepter. Like, this is how you buy Ags on a troll. You get 1 damage item, you don't rush it, and then get Shroud. Against the Bristleback, against the Chains, Keeper of the Light Solar Bind, the Blinding Light. You get so much value from that item here, but don't rush it.
And we'll see if this build works out for Troll, still sitting top of the net worth. Starting to really pull away from the Medusa. They were neck and neck for quite some time, but Eurus has got a lot of space to work with. Mask of Madness into the Yasha for this Medusa. At least for right now. And Elephant, this is one of the few games where they're working with an early advantage of 4K.
They're like, what do we guys do? We're kind of used to losing our lanes. How do we play a game from here?
What are our options at this point? Not really sure, but I guess they'll figure it out. BKB being built by Nothing to Say. It's always exciting watching Nothing to Say, especially on this Ember. It's one of his best heroes, and for a long time, and I know I say this pretty much every time Nothing to Say plays, but you know, he kept the top position in the ranks for a
Radiant's
long
middle
while
tower
in
is
China.
under attack.
It was like 1 or 2 going back and forth with XM. It's a long time they would bounce back and forth. So I'm always impressed by his play, and it's even more fun when you get a chance to watch his best hero.
For sure.
Dyer's
Hero,
top tower
player
is
that
under
knows
attack.
the limits of the hero. He goes in, takes that Arcane Rune.
Dyer's top tower is
Switch back by the cogs for a second, Searing Chains. And back just in case as the Illuminate passes by Red Panda.
I would love to see maybe a 1 damage item possibly on him, like a Maelstrom into BKB, so you can scale. Rushing a BKB straight away could hurt you. Thinking about long-term setup from Somnus.
Yeah, Yule's into the 8th Remnant, Red Panda on him, hook shot. That will continue to keep him locked up, but just for a second, thought
and
he was getting away right into Eurus.
Blinks into Eurus, who pops the ulti even. Hey, interesting.
And that was a lot of consistent lockdown too from Elephant.
Yeah,
like, that was really
nicely
impressive.
done. Like the clockwork with the cogs, bounces off the wall from Pangolier. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was. I was shocked they weren't able to just get that kill before he was able to. But Eurus
They
was
will
there
lack
just in
damage.
case.
They will for sure. You know, just this BKB on Ember. Medusa still needs time
Radiant's
to
bottom
farm things
tower
up.
is under attack.
She's also not getting a Manta style this time around.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
My question is why? Like, you're playing into Pangolier, you want to get rid of that
Radiant's bottom
disarm.
tower is under
You won't
attack.
be able to unless you buy a BKB a bit after. Miss chance from the troll. It just feels like a really, really good Manta style game this time.
Silence eventually from the Void Spirit with the Ags. Like, it'll be a tough game for Medusa to play in without that Manta. So Remnant back once again. 8th Remnant hits Ame. Bottom is the Illusion Rune, which will be bottled up by Somnus.
Suddenly, 7k gold lead. Score is 7-7.
Radiant are
Today
scanning.
is 7th of February, right?
Yep.
February 7th it is.
So triple sevens.
Yeah.
Good luck for everybody. I think I'm going to play the lottery today. Give it a shot. 4-stab from the Earthshaker.
Yeah, talked about it. Like, he struggles against the clockwork. He can also push people out of the combination that they have. Yule Scepter into
Thunder.
arrows.
Now the
Medusa's out of mana.
disarm.
Where's the
no mana to
Chakra?
work with. Sanjiasha was picked up, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to save you. Arrow does not land, but the hook shot's in. Red Panda from a distance. Hook shot. Cogs around 2.
Oh,
Stone
no.
Gaze attempted, but Ame's gone.
Oh no, Jin Q, he used Force Staff on Clockwork instead of Medusa, so they were both stuck inside of the cogs.
Battle Trance comes in, and now, wow, ripping through Faith Beyond. That fissure doesn't do anything for LGD to keep alive either of these, Medusa or Bristleback.
Good execution from Elephant there. You know, just going in 5-man strong, setting things up. Yule Scepter into Remnant, Yule Scepter into Arrow. Now Mirana with the mech.
This is the
Dyer's
elephant
middle
we've been
tower
expecting to
has fallen.
see.
For sure. Like,
Maybe
looking at the names, you know, we had high expectations of this team coming into this DPC league, but they haven't shown, you know, some good Dota until now. This is this game pretty consistent, just choking them out to good invasion of the triangle. Fate Beyond, trying to de-ward, Arrow hits him.
Yeah. Red Panda has hook shot. They don't want to go in just yet. I will say, this is the best that they've played. Maybe it just takes all 5 of us going and predicting LGD for it to come out.
I just wanted to test it out. Seems like it's gonna work out perfectly, considering how this game is going. Medusa, Mask of Madness, SNY done, going into Butterfly.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Find Innocence. Ooh, the recon on the Medusa. Whoa! That was a really bad spot for Medusa to be in for a split second.
Keeper of the Light was, help me out, bro. I'm dying. Do something. Considering how this game is going, Ame is the one who's involved in 6 out of 7 kills on Medusa, so he's been pretty active. Problem is, they can't make any aggressive moves until they get some like real items.
Yeah.
This BKB on Ember is not really gonna help out. All they're
Triple
killing
Remnant.
is pretty much the offlaner or position 5 Clockwork.
So yeah, they go for the triple remnant. They do get the kill on the Yang. But while that's happening, Saunders with a double damage. Eurus is in with him on this Roche. They'll get themselves the Aegis. 10k lead for Elephant. Still now leading by so much. This troll is ahead of Ame. Eurus just farming up a storm so far. Hook shot. I believe that got used. Yeah, it's over onto Innocence. Get the kill onto Coddle.
He gets the D ward before he dies, so all good. Earthshaker still needs a lot of gold to farm his shard and the Blink Dagger. Like, now Arcane Boots is a kind of waste if you wanted to go for a 4-staff that also gives you mana. So could have skip Arcane Boots.
Faith Beyond has a Shroud, but his game has been
Radiant are
pretty
scanning.
much put into shambles. He is bottom 4 on the net worth. And they're going to find him again. Question is, can they get the kill? He's running towards the Void Spirit. Yang coming through with the Rolling Thunder. They've got the wheels in the air. The Fissure actually keeps Yang from continuing forward, but the arrow, as well as the swashbuckle, whoa, just surviving, but now Yang, he turns to stone, and he's caught in between a rock and a bad place. And they'll get the kill onto this Pangolier. Hook shot through on a Jinkyu. He'll throw out that Fissure. That lands onto 2 Searing Chains. Faith Beyond TP's out. Jinkyu left for dead. But they'll only lose just 1 when it could have been a lot worse than that. Faith Beyond back into the fight.
PSG.LGD, they have a good way of defending the high ground with the Caudal Blast, with the Snake Fissure. But this is not the position you want to be in. You know, still 12k gold lead. It's a possibility they make a comeback. They overextend with the Elephant, a couple of leaps, you know, a Rolling Thunder into them. Clockwork hook shot, they need to be careful. Like Medusa still deals a ton of damage even with just 2 items, so needs to be very careful.
We'll see if Medusa can help the team and bring it back. Ame has been a bit of a struggle of a game for him. Down 5k to where the troll is. Scotty's next. Is Scotty a difference maker if you're down by this much?
He had Butterfly queued up. Safer choice is go Scotty, tank up, have a bit more kiting potential, then turn that into damage, possibly a Butterfly, maybe even an MKB. Eurus is just getting out of control. He's 5,000 gold ahead of a Medusa right now.
Now let's take a look at the comparison. 5-0-2 there for Eurus, 1-1-6 for Ame. Involved in 7 of those 9 kills, but 222 lasts compared to 251. The GPM for the troll is 200 ahead of Ame. Wow. 703 to compare to 503.
It's hard for Medusa to find a farm. Hook shot in.
And arrow, nope, that's not going to land. BKB was used by Nothing to Say. Going to farm this creep wave, and then I would assume just get out. And there it is.
FY was trying to find an angle where he's at. Arrow is available. Let's see if he shoots a blind one. See maybe if he hits anything. Ember Spirit doesn't deal damage with this type of a build. You can see like Sleight of Fist, not actually doing that much, just having a defensive ability for himself. Rana will find him.
But there's the Searing Chains off screen. Somnus gets the kill on the Innocence. Red Panda coming over with the Battery Assault. Slight was used, Remnant away. We were hoping to maybe find him afterwards, and that Rocket Flare just a little bit short. So pretty close, but still. They don't get the kill onto the Ember, and he's continuing to keep 3 heroes busy.
The only one who's farming pretty much is Medusa. Ember is getting some farm, and they can only farm when there's a creep wave at the tier 3 tower on the top lane. So not too much they're getting out of the map. Void Spirit now has the Aghanim Scepter, AoE Silence, 2 charges. It's just gonna be tough to fight into this. Roshan Aegis will be reclaimed in 30 seconds. Didn't, you know, achieve too much in terms of objectives, but yeah, they are building up to that advantage that with the second Roche possibly, they're gonna go for the high ground. Still respecting Medusa, Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, I think you always need to respect that duo, but now coming over is Troll looking for Ame. Smoke? Ooh, that didn't hit on the Medusa. I believe Kato was trying to have it hit on the Medusa. Meanwhile, nothing to say, taken out by Yang. Finally, when you play with fire so much, you'll eventually get burned. And he gets burned even though he's made of fire.
He is the fire, yeah. Bristleback going into Sanj, which he will probably transition into Heaven's Halberd. A lot of value here against the Troll. Great synergy with your Eternal Shroud on top of that. So, works really well. I would love to see Hairball also, but, you know, 1,400 gold investment compared to what you get from Heaven's Halberd.
Fissure hook shot, that comes through, swashbuckle in, and they've got the disarm onto the Medusa. The shard was picked up by this Earthshaker. We'll see if it makes a difference. Rolling Thunder comes through, Stone Gaze used, and now Elephant are on the run. LGD are chasing for this. This is a little bit of a difficult chase for them. And now, let's see if they still try to hold their ground at the Tier 2 tower.
This position 5 Clockwork is so far. Arrow?
Oh,
Hits on
Arrow!
Bristleback.
Faith Beyond becoming a target. One that Archer's
Medusa's
used,
out of
and
mana.
Medusa's got
Yeah,
no mana.
without
BKB
mana.
Battle Trance.
She feels like a normal hero, and Samus is in, catching Keeper of the Light. Let's see if they can catch more. Remnant connects.
Yeah, that hits
Into
onto the
Arrow.
Kato. But now, oh, 5-man. Can they get anything out of this? Oh, Red Panda, he'll end up dead. He's the only one gone. Now, Yang, he's getting low. Slide again, but just not enough.
That was an Echo Slam from Earthshaker. Like, you don't need to use Echo Slam on heroes anymore. You can just stun lock them with the Aftershock, Fissure, new shard. Just looks amazing. Sadly, Medusa was not alive there, but if she was, like, that fight could have easily been LGD's.
And that was potentially on the cusp of turning around if they had the Medusa alive, but of course that is a big if. And Medusa wasn't, so now Elephant, they have a 20k lead over LGD.
LGD is like 2 good fights away from coming back into this game.
Astral Step, Fissure, Totem. Got Somnus locked, but Astral Step, they'll get the kill on Innocence. Now they look over at Faith Beyond. Ami trying to do something. There's the Totem once again, but eventually Faith Beyond will drop this. Bristleback doesn't feel like he's got bristles on his back at all. Fissure comes through from Jinkyu, Totem there. Yang ends up dead. This is all from such a distance from Jinkyu. He doesn't even need to use the stairs, so just walk over the Fissure onto the low ground. BKB's been popped by Eurus. He'll TP out. But now, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. And there's the Illusion Room popped by Somnus.
They have
the
no
there, nothing to
BKB
say.
piercing abilities. Still, buyback from Innocence there. Gold lead continues to grow.
21,000 and growing. Paladin Sword for the Medusa. Ceremonial robe for this Troll.
Spider legs
For both teams.
both teams. Medusa needs like 1 to finish off her Scotty, of course, and needs to get 1 damage item. Then the fights could potentially be different. I'm still putting some faith in Medusa. You know, seeing these 22k gold lead for Elephant is rough, but it's still a possibility that they make a comeback.
Somnus was really looking to catch there.
Easy shot.
Play for Elephant is just try to choke them out, not get them farm. Go for the second Roche, try a high ground. If it's possible, if it's not, just keep getting the farm needed on all the heroes.
Now, Medusa went from Paladin Sword to Titan Silver to Elven Tunic. Which of the 3 do you like best?
I guess she just wants to be more maneuverable and have evasion against the Troll. She was just ripped apart in the previous fight, so that evasion could make a difference. They smoke. Let's see this aggressive smoke from
Towards
PSG.
F-Y.
Oh, they know. He just ran into Remnant.
Elven Tunic for inside, arrow south. Oh, nothing to say. Never knew it was coming till it was almost too late.
Seems like they want to contest this Roshan. There's Courier inside a pit by Clockwork. Roshan will respawn in 45 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No blink on Earthshaker yet, even though at this point it doesn't feel like he needs him because he has the shard. Bristleback, man, he's not getting any farm. He's as farmed as position 5 Clockwork on the enemy team.
Look at all that farm to the Clockwork. Red Panda who's having a fantastic game.
Dire
There have been
are
plenty of
scanning.
times to doubt Red Panda before, but this game definitely a proving ground for him right now. Bissell finished for the Troll. Eurus. Bissell, BKB, Battle Fury, all ready to go. Still looking for this butterfly on Medusa. Just 23,000 net worth lead. Like, one more fight from Elephant, and this could be it.
Not necessarily. Like, high ground is so hard to breach against Medusa, Keeper of the Light, Shaker. You're not gonna, you know, you're gonna get the pretty much stunned, blinding light, fissure blocks. It's very hard to fight into.
Right.
Pangolier with the nice item pickup. Flame Dagger, Heaven's Halberd. I like Heaven's Halberd on top of the Swashbuckle. He knows that Medusa doesn't have any ways of dispelling things, and Heaven's Halberd is not dispellable on top of that, so very hard. He just wants to be able to control Medusa, reduce any kind of damage coming out of her.
Bissell used hook shot in. Nothing to say. Getting locked down and killed off. Those Battle Trance committed for that too. It's a really good connection coming through, and now the Rolling Thunder, Stone Gaze, Fissure, not going to be enough. Astral Step, not the damage they need just yet, but Faith Beyond walking in a circle knowing he's dead to rights.
Playing Bristleback also into Void Spirit is kind of weird for Bristleback. Remnant turns you away, so you get the full damage. Now Troll on the high ground.
Are fortified.
Going after the tier 3 tower bottom, they'll glyph up. Somnus now sitting in between both the mid and bottom lane. Ame looking for his opportunity to jump. It's very difficult to feel like they have the power to hold him back without the Bristle as well as the Ember. Yang,
Dire's bottom
the disarm.
tower has fallen.
Dagger picked up for the Earthshaker. We'll see if this is enough of a difference maker. Not looking likely, but Elephant, enough high ground defense shown there by LGD to have Elephant back off. So, again,
Earthshaker
watching the
barracks
Fissure
with the
totem.
shard just feels so very, very good if you're an Earthshaker player. If you're not, you're probably like, why is this in the game again? What Medusa can do if they decide to go for the high ground is just to buy Crystallis at this point, because it feels, you know, she's lacking damage, but if you can survive through the next ages, get that butterfly, it's gonna be good. If you feel like you don't have anything, you just buy that in base, have that bit of an extra damage that they could lack potentially.
Radiant are
Bristleback's
scanning.
still not a new item for like 15 minutes.
Echo Slam committed just for one. Remnant over, and they'll get the kill on a FY.
It's still worth it. Like, Earthshaker is not relying on dealing damage with Echo Slam. It kind of sounds stupid, but it is what it is, where he just wants to stun lock people on the Fissure with the shard.
Hook shot onto the Medusa. Cogs push him back into the Abyssal Blade. They also use the Battle Trance, but the Fissure is going to be enough to block him away.
Force back
Thunder,
into Cogs.
Force Staff back into the Cogs. BKB as well as the Stone Gaze. They've turned yours to stone. Trying to chase. Yang Swashbuckle hits on the Innocence. Nothing to say. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains trying to lock them down. Jin-Q lands the Fissure. Roll up for Yang. And a blink
gets
away.
out. And Yang with some flashy plays. That Force Staff almost cost Medusa life. Jin-Q
Searing
forced him in.
Chains.
Totem.
Coming out. Yang locked down as the disarm onto the Bristleback. Aether Remnant. That hits on Nothing to Say. He's silenced up on the
And
run.
the
Abyssal
back.
Blade again. They'll get the kill. They will cover Faith Beyond, who's out of mana. They have a courier coming through towards this Medusa. Swashbuckle in, and now the disarm once again. They're keeping on top of Faith Beyond. They'll get the kill.
Good
The hook
hook
shot
shot.
through. Takes out Innocence. Buyback from Nothing to Say. Blink forward. Jin-Q. You're out. That only hits on the Void Spirit. Rolled up is Yang, so he'll swashbuckle away and also get to the low ground with that shield crash. Eurus just standing in the face of this Medusa. thinking about maybe making the jump. How much health does he have? The team is standing by, but they are standing low on a couple of these heroes. They've got the fissure as well as the totem once again on the Eurus. That blocks him away from the Medusa, gets hit by the Aether. And now the Abyssal Blade comes down to the Medusa. Ame on the run, rooted up, side of fist searing chains, force step the other way. The Banshee's coming, and now the Cog's gonna push him back. He's out of mana, out of time, and out of life. Down goes LGD with the hopes of this Medusa trying to hold the game. GG is called, and Elephant take game 2.
Man, you could feel it in the end. Medusa just doesn't deal damage. There were no aggressive moves coming out from LGD whatsoever. They were just playing for the high ground defense with this type of lineup. Lost the laning stage too hard, and it was very difficult for them to recover. Like, good rotations from Elephant, invading the triangle, getting a couple of kills here and there, choking them outside of the